Hey there, and welcome back for our next episode of Reactive Dog Chats. Is your dog calm, cool, and collected? Do they walk into a room and know that they are safe, that they can relax and take a load off? My guess is no, probably not. One of the reasons for this is that many reactive and aggressive dogs lack confidence. Sure, there are many other aspects to this behavior that will need addressing too. But when we build confidence, a number of things can happen. Your dogs learn that they are capable of problem solving. Your relationship with them grows leaps and bounds. And your dog's resilience, which is their ability to handle and recover from stress, gets stronger. Today, we'll be discussing training games you can play with your dog to build their confidence right at home. Have you got your hands on our free beginner's guide to dog reactivity yet? If you and your dog need a refresher, or if you aren't sure where to start with your sensitive dog, check the link in the description to get your free copy today. This guide will help you to help your dog be more successful around other dogs, strangers, riding in the car, and more. Be sure to head to the description and click on the link today. The first category we'll be covering is hunting. First up, nose work. The challenge, teaching your dog that they can hunt for food in boxes. Here's how you'll set up. Place 4 to 6 boxes in a room where your dog is not. We don't want them to see. Place a few stinky treats in one box. Here's the steps. You'll bring your dog into the room and cue them to search. Walk around with your dog until they find the box with the treats. When they do, be sure to praise them and tell them how smart they are. You'll drop 1 to 2 more treats into the box to celebrate your dog's success. You can increase the challenge by adding more boxes or nesting them together. Next up, the toilet paper tube hunt. The challenge is teaching your dog that they can find a stash of treats in the house on cue. Here's the setup. Grab an empty toilet paper tube, fold over one end and put some stinky treats inside. Then fold over the other end. With your dog out of the room, put this on the floor so it's easy for your dog to find it first. The steps are: bring your dog into the room and cue them to search. Walk around with your dog until they find the tube. You can either let them destroy the tube on their own to get the treats inside, or open it for them and dump the treats out again so you can use the toilet paper tube and go again. You'll increase the challenge by hiding the tube in more difficult to find locations. We want to start easy so your dog has a chance to build on their progress over time. The next category is obstacles. First up, over and under. The challenge is teaching your dog that they can move their body to navigate an obstacle. Here's how you'll set up. Place a broomstick across 2 objects. If you don't have a broom, you could use a walking stick, a trekking pole, anything long and skinny. If you want, you could take your shower curtain rod down and use that too. You'll want to prop it up between 2 objects that are slightly taller than your dog's knee height for over. And for under, you want it high enough that your dog can just walk underneath, slightly crouched. Here's the steps. Using a food lure, coax your dog to jump over the broomstick. Similarly, you can use the treat to lure them to go under the broomstick instead. You'll want to adjust the challenge by raising or lowering your broomstick slowly, building on your dog's success. You can even start adding a verbal cue to the behavior so you can fade the food lure eventually. Next up is the box game. The challenge is teaching your dog that they can move their feet squarely into an obstacle. To set up, find a box big enough for your dog to easily walk into with all 4 feet. The steps: when you're using a food lure, you'll coax your dog to walk towards the box. Treat them for any interaction at all, even if it's sniffing the box, putting their head into the box, and obviously placing 1 foot, 2, 3, or all 4. Each task gets rewarded. Increase the challenge by asking your dog to sit or lay down in the box. You can also make the box size smaller to increase the difficulty. The next category is working together. First up, leg weaves. The challenge is teaching your dog to move their body to navigate an obstacle while working collaboratively with their guardian. The setup: Well, you need to have legs for your dog to weave through. Now, if you have a very tall dog, your leg weaves may seem impractical. So you can also use two traffic cones, two chairs, or something like that. The steps are with treats in both hands, lure your dog to walk between your legs, then around to the side. Repeat this motion so your dog is moving in a figure eight around your legs and through them. Treat your dog on the left, then treat your dog on the right, and so on. You can increase the challenge by walking with your dog so they continue weaving as you move. Next up is touch. The challenge is teaching your dog to offer a behavior while working collaboratively with you. The setup? Well, you just need treats and your hands. The steps are with treats in one hand, the other hand empty. Hold both hands closed in fists up by your collarbones. Think of this as your starting position. Then get your dog's attention. When they check in with you, you're going to lower your empty hand toward them. Now, if your dog sniffs or licks your hand, you're going to give them a treat and tell them they are amazing. You repeat this until your dog makes a connection. Now, if your dog knows paw, you can change your hand signal from an open hand to a closed fist. Increase the challenge by tossing the treat away from you and then getting your dog to come back to touch your hand. Confidence is an often overlooked area of importance for reactive and sensitive dogs. So, your action item for this week is to try just one of these games with your dog. If you want, you can take it a step further and try it 4 times per week for 2 weeks, and then let's see how it changes their behavior and your relationship overall. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Reactive Dog Chats. Tell your dog I said hi, give them a treat from me, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.
Let's find it. Wow! Oh, get it, Piper. Get it. Oh, nice job. Right here.